Hello everyone, hope you're having a good day. Welcome back to the channel, and we are back for episode number 23 of our Formula One 24 driver career mode. We're getting set here for the Miami Grand Prix. It is a sprint weekend as well, so this video is a little bit longer. I will be shortening the qualifying footage to compensate for that a little bit, but be sure to stick around to the end because it is a really good race, I promise. This one is a banger. But if you guys have not seen the last video at the Japanese Grand Prix, be sure to hit the link up top. It was not a banger for myself, at least. We were struggling at the Suzuka circuit, especially on the straights. Got stuck in Carlos Sainz's dirty air for the majority of the race, and I think we finished in P5, so not great. But looking at the R&D race here, we're still at the very top. Scuderia Ferrari has dropped down to the fourth fastest car. I think they were there last race, but it's a three-way race for the second spot between Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari, so any of those drivers can really pop up and surprise us. But Leclerc has been able to do that, especially as we right now have a four-way battle for the drivers championship. Now we're getting into sprint qualifying here. Like I said, I shortened the sessions here, or the footage, and we're gonna hop straight into SQ3 because Q1, Q2 pretty simple in the McLaren. We should be getting past that relatively easily, and we are here for our one lap only in Q3 because as you guys know, the format for sprint qualifying is you get one set of tires per session, and that is it. So really you got one shot to put up your best lap, and we're going to try and do that here. Currently at the bottom because we have yet to put up a lap. Everyone else has put up a lap. They're going to go out for another one for some reason, unless they really screwed up on their first lap. I don't think they're going to be improving too much, but we got a green sector 1, and then we'll see how we do in sector 2. What I've noticed so far in the practice sessions and SQ1, SQ2, we're very slow down the straights. Even in SQ1, SQ2, we did get through pretty easily, but compared to the front runners like Verstappen, Norris, and Leclerc, who are championship rivals, of course, they're finishing a few tenths ahead of me, so I'm a little bit worried about the pace in this one. We'll see how we do as the races progress. But sector 2, though, we are pretty quick because of that little twisty section. I think our downforce is a little bit higher than the rest, which is why we're probably so slow, even compared to Lando, who's obviously in the same car as us. But we round the last corner here in P10. No reference to how bad or good we're doing. We cross the line with a 125.5, and that shoots us up to P4. We actually out-qualify Lando Norris, who's down in P6. We were only just under a tenth behind Verstappen, so pretty solid lap, honestly, but we really had to hustle the car around there, so we'll see what we could do in the sprint race. Let's get right into it and see if we can reclaim the lead of the championship in the sprint race.
Need to warm the tires properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
All right, we are here for the sprint race, and I'm a little nervous based on our pace in qualifying, or sprint qualifying wasn't the greatest. We did manage to get a P4 though. We qualified ahead of Lando, which is good, but I'm a little worried still. Tire wear is going to be an issue here, which is why we've opted to start on the mediums. It was recommended to go soft, but the drop off was going to happen around like lap 5, so I think we would have struggled a lot in the back half of this sprint race. So we're going for the mediums here, and I think most of the other drivers have opted to do the same. Sergio Perez, one of those drivers who's starting on the softs, and we'll see what happens here. I'm hoping that we can get a good start and overtake at least George Russell right at the start. We do have that inside positioning on the grid, so it might be a little bit easier to dive down the inside. I'm assuming Russell will try and cover us off if we do get a good start. But we're getting these tires up to temperature, something I have had issues with on the formation lap, just getting these tires up to temperature, maybe focusing a little bit too much on the commentary. But yeah, we're at 67, 66 degrees, rear tires looking a little bit better. But I'm hoping by the time we get to the front here, we can get them at least up to like 75. Let's see here. We're going crazy with the turning here. We got Leclerc behind us, Lando Norris just behind him. So although we do want to dive bomb the start, we also got to watch our 6 and see what happens with Leclerc and Norris. Hopefully they start scrapping But let's see, we got some solid points up on the board for the season. We're in P2, tied with Lando Norris. We can get an edge on him in this one if we can finish in front of him and obviously in the points. But let's get on the grid here. Let's see what we can do in the sprint. All right, it's time for the sprint race here. Our first sprint race of the season. We got 5 red lights, and this race is underway. We don't get that great of a start. Verstappen a little bit slow too. He's on the mediums as well. And we're going to be staying in P4. Leclerc trying to go around the outside. We've got to etch him off here. Make him ride the curb. Verstappen and Russell going at it here. Oh my god, a little bit of wheel spin in the rear. He's almost lost it. Russell is going to go for the move on Verstappen. We're just going to chill back here. Verstappen going a little bit slow. We got to go wide to avoid him. And now we're going to get a run on Verstappen and George Russell. Russell won't have too much help with the slips. You're going to turn on that battery. Get the battery management open as Leclerc is right behind us. He is trying to make a push here. Norris is approaching as well. Leclerc going down the inside, using as much battery as we can. Don't want to waste it. And we go deep into the turn here. Verstappen and Russell side by side. Still, we managed to get past Leclerc once again. And yeah, Verstappen looking a little bit slow. What's going on with him right now? Let's see. We got right onto Verstappen's rear. We're going to get a pretty decent exit out of Sector 2. And now we just got to ride the slipstream. Leclerc a little bit further behind, so we can turn off that battery for now. We do need to recharge it, though. Verstappen recharging his battery. We're going to recharge it as well. Take it nice and easy into the final corner. Or second final corner, I guess. I think this is a turn right here. Leclerc's got DRS. He's going to go for the move. We're going to go guard the inside here. And it's a race down into, I don't know, the turn numbers. I really need to learn turn numbers, but Verstappen and Russell still going out of here on lap 2. And Verstappen having a little bit of trouble trying to pass Russell. We do close in on them at the end of Sector 2 here, but we're having a little bit of trouble trying to get past. DRS will be activated here for us, I think. Or at least I hope so. Yeah, we are going to get DRS. We got Lando and Leclerc closing in with DRS. I'm a sit and duck. There's nothing I can do. Leclerc trying to go down the inside. Lando trying to go around the outside. We're going 3 wide into the corner. Just not enough space. I think Leclerc had to cut across the curb there. Nothing I could do because Lando was right on the outside. Oh, and Verstappen actually passes George Russell. Well, let's see if we can close in here. We're not going to have DRS once again. Oh, God, this is not good. We've fallen out of DRS range now. Lando Norris is right behind us. I wouldn't be surprised if we get the team orders to let him by in the next lap or so, but we'll see. Lando, oh crap, Lando Norris is trying to pass us now. And now we're battling our teammate in the sprint race. We really need to finish in front of Lando here. He did start behind us. We're going side by side through Sector 1. We're going to turn on the battery, see if we can beat him into the next corner. We're not breaking here. Oh, and Lando bails out, and we get past Lando Norris. We were not letting him by, and we just refused to hit the brakes. But he will get DRS here again, and we're running out of battery. Nothing I can do. We just got to ride the slipstream. Oh, Leclerc is going to pass us as well. And can we just dive down the inside once again? See, Lando has a bit of a lockup, and we drop down to P6. Oh, that is not good. Okay, well, we will get DRS here, so hopefully we can overtake Leclerc or Lando, or both of them. Oh, my God. Lando won't have DRS here. Oh my god, we fall too far behind. But we caught up to Leclerc and Lando once again and just get bottled up in Sector 2. Let's see, maybe we just go for a dive bomb here on Leclerc and push him to the wall. But we're in a drag race with Charles Leclerc. And Carlos Sainz out of nowhere, he's going to get into this. And I think we're just slow down the stretch. We might have to change our setup for the Grand Prix, but we're going 3 wide into the final corner, and we're struggling to get grip, but we get past Charles Leclerc. Carlos Sainz also gets past Charles Leclerc, but I think even with DRS, we're just too slow. Down the straights here is Hamilton and Charles Leclerc just storming in here. Carlos Sainz looking for a way to defend, and we got to go late on the brakes here. We're going deep into the corner, but somehow we managed to get down to the inside of the U-turn here. Oh, we're drifting around, but we get past Carlos Sainz. Let's go. Holy cow. We're going to get DRS on Leclerc here. Carlos Sainz is falling back. I think he's closing in, though, with his super fast car. We're really slow down the straights. I'm not sure if that's engine power or if we just have a higher downforce setup, we might need to look at some power unit upgrades to really get faster down the straights. And we're just gonna go for it here on Leclerc. Unorthodox move down the inside, and I think we get damaged. We make contact, and I don't know if we're gonna get DRS here. I might have just played myself. Yeah, we played ourselves. I don't have DRS. Oh man, that's not good. I was hoping to get DRS here. Sainz is back in this, like I said. Leclerc going on defense here on Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz is going to get past us as well, but we're going to be fighting him all the way to the line. He hits us again. Just side-by-side contact. We got damage on the underbody, and Leclerc is going to get out in front, which means we're not going to have DRS here, it looks like, unless we could really close in. Oh, actually, maybe we'll get DRS. Let's see. I think we're within DRS range. I think we hit the marker on time, so that will help us down this back straight. And maybe we'll be able to close in. No, we did get DRS. What? I swear I saw the DRS marker there, but I guess not. And oh god, Sainz and Lewis are going to pass us here, but we're going to go deep into the corner to grab the inside of the U-turn, but Sainz gets out in front. We're down into P7 now, so we've dropped from 4 points to only 2 points, I think. And that is not good. We're just going to try it again here. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. And now Carlos Sainz is going to hold that P6. We've got to use all the battery down the straight now because Lewis Hamilton is right behind us. So is Fernando Alonso. We're just too slow down the straights, man. We are so slow. Oh, it's not good. Yeah, so Verstappen's going to win this sprint race. Not a great sprint race for us, and I'm not liking our form as of late. We got a lot of work to do in the Grand Prix if we want to have a chance at even a podium here, but we're going to take P7, it looks like. And we're only going to score 2 points in this sprint race. Lando Norris is going to go ahead and score 5 points, I think. And I get driver of the day somehow? What? But it's not a great sprint race for us. We got 2 points. Lando outscores us by 3 points, I think. So not great for the championship. We're going to drop a little bit. But I noticed that our power unit is at 60%. And we are allowed to switch components without suffering from a penalty, you know, after the sprint race going into qualifying. So we're going to switch out the power unit, put a new one in. Hopefully that can help us you know, be a little bit quicker down the straights. We're not going to change the wing angles on our car. We're going to keep them as is because Sector 2, we're really strong. We're able to close in on the drivers in front as we saw. But I just think we're a little bit quicker down the straights, and that will help us, especially right here at the end of Sector 2. So we top right into Q3, just like the sprint qualifying, Q1 and Q2. Pretty straightforward. We only did 1 lap per session, so we got 2 sets of soft tires ready for us. This is our first lap where, again, we have yet to put up a lap, and as I was explaining, pretty quick in Sector 2, I think we purpled it. It doesn't say purple there, but the track lit up purple, so someone might have beaten us out immediately. But again, we're pretty quick. We crossed the line at the end of our first lap, and not great. We're in P6 with a 126.2, which I know I could definitely do better than that. We were in the 125s in SQ3, I think. So we're going to have to do a little bit better than that. Engine, our new power unit, not sure if that's helping, but we are immediately improving on our second run here. Verstappen jumps up to P5, but we are about 2/10 better than our previous lap. Lando Norris sets the marker at a 125.5, which I think is what we did in SQ3, or very close to. So let's see if we can close in on that. Qualifying is complete here. We're currently sitting in P9 in front of Alex Albon, behind Lance Stroll. We need to be doing better than this if we're going to want to compete for a podium in this one. I think that's the goal. I don't think we're going to have enough pace to really push for a win. But as well, we got to qualify at least in the top 5. We're going to have to improve here. We are improving. We purple Sector 2 this time for real. It is purple. We're half a second up on our first lap, and we should shoot up a few spots here. George Russell sitting with a 125.9. We crossed the line in P4, so we passed George Russell. We passed Carlos Sainz with the 125.7, 2/10 quicker, but Lando Norris on pole. We're just under 2/10 behind him. I don't like that, but you know, Lando, we'll see if he can hold pole position in this one.
No rain currently expected.
All right, but we're here for the actual Grand Prix now. Starting in P4 once again. This time, we're taking another strategic gamble here, going on to the hard tires. F124, the hard tires are pretty OP. So we're going to start on the hards, try and go long, and see if we can keep track position. A safety car will absolutely ruin it. And I bet I just jinxed it, because we haven't had a safety car in a while. And now that I don't want a safety car, I feel like it's going to come in this one in Miami. But starting behind Charles Leclerc this time, in the sprint race he was starting behind us. And we got to see what we could do here on the hard tires. I don't think we'll be very fast in the first few laps, so we're probably going to lose a few spots. We're also not quick down the straights either, which is a big problem. But yeah, let's see what we're able to do here. We're sitting at an 83 overall still. We've had a little bit of trouble getting some XP with our recent performances, but I'm hoping that we can get up to, actually I think we're at 82. I think we can get up to 83 soon. We got our teammate Lando Norris, of course, starting on pole position, so not great for the teammate rivalry here, as Lando out-qualifies us once again. He's one heck of a qualifier, but let's see if he's able to hold that P1 to Lewis Hamilton, Leclerc, maybe myself. We'll see. I don't think we're going to be strong in the few opening laps. I see a big looming cloud there. That doesn't look good, but Mark said there wasn't going to be any rain this race, so let's get on the grid here. And let's see what we could do. Oh god, tires are super cold. Alright, but here we go for the Miami Grand Prix. Let's see if we can do better than we did in the sprint. We got 5 red lights, and this race is underway. And we're slow off the line as Carlos Sainz, I think, also slow off the line. Thank goodness. We really got saved there. Someone's trying to get down the inside. I think that's Max Verstappen. Norris falls down to P3, so a classic Lando Norris start here. And we now find ourselves right behind our teammate as he gets overtaken by Leclerc. Lewis Hamilton now takes the lead of this race, and these tires are super cold right now. We need to get them up in temperature, so we got to focus in here. Hopefully we can stay within DRS range. We're going to try and do that. Sector 2, we should be pretty strong with our higher downforce setup, but down the straights, I think we're a sitting duck. Lando Norris charging his battery here. Let's get that battery management menu open as Verstappen already going for the move. And like I said, very slow down the straights as Leclerc. Hamilton goes side by side. We get pushed wide by Max Verstappen, and he gets up into P4. I'm not too worried right now. We just got to stay calm and get these tires up to temperature, wait for those mediums to fall off, and then we can really start making getting some action in this race. So our pace is looking a little bit better here. We're closing in on the Lewis Hamilton. Max Verstappen does manage to get past him. We're just going to go right down the inside of Lewis Hamilton, get past him, but we're side by side through the U-turn, and Verstappen's still in P3. And then I think Carlos Sainz is also there, waiting for an opportunity. I think we hit the pylon there. Whoopsies. But we're now right behind Max Verstappen, so pace is a little bit better right now than it was in the sprint race. But it's a long race. We're only on lap 5. We're going to get DRS here. I think we're going to try and go for a move here on Max Verstappen. He's not going to have DRS. He's recharging his battery. He's going to guard the inside. And we're going to try and go around the outside here, but he covers us off pretty nicely. And Max Verstappen going on defense here. We're going to have to wait till next lap to try again. We're starting to break away from Hamilton, almost out of DRS range. But we got to recharge this battery if we want to get a proper charge on Max Verstappen here.
Verstappen has the lead.
Verstappen does not have the lead. He is in P3. But speaking of which, we are going to go for a move here on Verstappen. We drain the entire battery here. He's guarding the inside. We're going to have to go to the outside, try and get the inside of that U-turn, stay within track limits, and get back in front of Verstappen. And now we got to close in on Leclerc and Norris quickly. Otherwise, we're going to be screwed because we won't have DRS. But we are moving up the grid on these hard tires, so it might have been a good strategy call to get on the hard tires and see what we can do. Verstappen is going to come back at us here. I think we need to work together if we want to catch up to the front. And yeah, Verstappen is probably going to get past us here, but I'm not too worried about that right now. See if we can just outbrake him to the corner. And got a little bit of contact with Verstappen, but we're going to stay out in front. I don't think we're going to get DRS here. And we're going side by side through the first turn, or last turn, I guess, and he's going to get back out in front. Oh, and Hamilton is back in it now. which is not what I wanted. Like I said, we need to work together, Verstappen and I, if we want to catch up to Lando and Charles Leclerc. Fighting is not going to help us get onto the podium, or get both of us onto the podium, because Verstappen is currently on the podium right now. Yeah, the Sector 1 is really where we're able to close in because of that higher downforce I think we got set up. And then we close in through DRS. Let's see, maybe we can get them without the use of our battery and save it for defense down the back straight. I think we are going to get him here. We're really closing in on Verstappen, and I think we're going to get past him cleanly before heading into the U section, I'm going to call it. We go deep. Alright, so we're back up at the P3 now. This time we got a little bit more battery to defend. So I think the medium tire drivers are going to pit this lap. We are 100% closing in on Leclerc and Lando for the lead of this race. I think we will temporarily take the lead of this race, because I'm assuming they're going to pit. And now we got 100% battery here, so let's push and see maybe we can get within DRS range down the back straight, give us a little bit of a boost down the back straight, and then once they get into the pit, we should be in a good spot. I didn't even have my battery turned on there. Let's see, yeah, Norris and Leclerc going side by side. They're battling to get to the pits first, and this is allowing us to close in here. And just before DRS, we are going to get right onto the back of Lando and Leclerc. We still got 3 laps on the hard tires, and see maybe if we can extend it. We'll see how our pace is once the other drivers get onto the medium tires. But Lando doesn't have any battery left. We are going to save ours for now. No point of overtaking, because I think they're going to box here. Let's see what they do. Are they going to pit? Yeah, it looks like they're going to pit, so we are staying out, and we are going to take the lead here and see if we can push. Now we got to push to the max and see if we can, you know, get the overcut done. But we are going to box this lap here. Looking at the times, Leclerc and Norris is cutting into us. I don't think this overcut is going to work. We got to get onto the medium tires and then pray to God that we're actually quicker than they are on the hard tires. We will have less laps to worry about on the medium tires than they did. So let's get into the pits here and to get this set of medium tires on. They are coming around the final corner now, so I don't think we're going to get past them, but let's see. Oh god, and we have a slow stop. No, man, 4.7 seconds, and they're gonna pass us. We're gonna come out in front of the 2 Haas's who are in P4 and P5. Hopefully they don't pass us. So let's get back out there on these medium tires. We really got to push here now if we want to close in. But we came out of the pits like, what was it, 4 or 5 seconds behind Leclerc and Norris. We've now closed in on them, and we should be in DRS range on this next lap here. Not this first one, but by the 3rd sector on the back straight. We should get DRS. And the downside, though, like I said, is that we're on the medium tires, so they are going to drop off quicker than these medium tires. I think we're still in the optimal window right now, and we're trying to be a little bit more cautious about really pushing the car. I think we just have a little bit more pace right now than Leclerc and Norris. They're also battling each other, which helps out a lot, and we're able to use that to our advantage to close in on Leclerc, on Lando Norris. And we got 100% battery here, so we've saved up. We've been using it pretty effectively in the second stint, and now we're going to use it to really close in here. Sector 2, that little twisty area with the U-turn, is really where we gain a lot of time on these 2 drivers. Oh crap, in the lockup. That is not good for our tires. But yeah, so we have now closed in. We're within 1 second of Leclerc. Now the question is, though, how easy or how hard is it going to be to actually get past them? Because we are right here now. And that last sector is pretty difficult to get past. Leclerc is going to have DRS as well. Could possibly go for a move on Leclerc here, but let's get him offline into the final corner. He pushes us a little bit wide. That is not good. But we're still within range of Leclerc, of Lando Norris. We got 5 laps or 6 laps left to go here. Can we get past them before our tires fall off? But we are going to get DRS here on Leclerc. That rear wing is open, and maybe we could go for a move, but I want to save the battery, so we're going to be a little bit patient here and try and get around Leclerc naturally through the U-turn. Not going to work there, so we're going to have to wait for the back marker DRS to get activated for us. Oh my god, he's going so slow through this section. We're so much faster in Sector 2, but there's no space to overtake. We're going to have to do what we did in the sprint race to him, where we just dove down the inside of that final corner before the straight, and now Leclerc is using his DRS, so we got to save that. Try and charge it up. Lando and Leclerc charging up. I think Lando had a little bit of a lock up there, and we're running out of laps here. I'm scared we're gonna get stuck in this dirty air now. We got to do something gutsy here if we want to get past, I think. But we're gonna go for it on Leclerc here. We can't really afford to wait much longer. We're running out of laps, and we're going to need a lap or two to try and get past Lando. So we're going to go for it here. Dive down the inside, late on the brakes. Contact with Charles Leclerc. I think we pushed him out a little bit, but we get up into P2. It's a McLaren 1-2 now. And a battle for the win between the two teammates. This really is turning out to be quite the championship fight after, you know, not doing too well in the sprint. We find ourselves on pace with the leaders in this sprint race, and we got DRS now. Leclerc has fallen back. It's up to me and Lando to figure out who's going to be on that top step of the podium, and we are going for it here. And Lando gets the inside of that final corner, and we're going to beat him on the outside. We get the power down, and we're able to get out in front, but now we're low on battery. We don't have DRS, so Lando's going to fight back here, and we're not going to be too aggressive. We're going to focus on getting a good exit out of turn 1, so that we can get the run up on him in the DRS zone in Sector 2. Let's see here. So we turn off the battery here. We have a lot higher downforce, so Sector 1 is our friend, at least this little part of it here. And then Sector 2, also our friend, where we're really able to close in, because I don't think the AI take the proper line through that section. And we got 40% battery here. Leclerc is right behind us as well, so that's a little bit of a problem, but we got the slipstream on Lando. He does not have DRS, so we are just going to get right past him. We go deep into the U-turn. Oh my god, we almost make contact with Lando. We're going side by side, and we force our way through the U-turn to get into P1. But once again, we're not going to have DRS here. We do have 30% battery saved up here to defend. And we're going to try and run away now. We get dropped Lando by 0.6 of a second with 4 laps left to go. And Leclerc and Lando, please start battling. Please. We need them to start battling, otherwise we are toast. And there's no way we're going to peacefully win this Grand Prix. But if they do start fighting, we might have a chance to really run away with it. These medium tires holding up very, very well for us in this race. Leclerc has DRS. He does get past Lando Norris. We got to go on defense here. We are going to defend Charles Leclerc. Let's see what we can do here. Maybe I should have let him pass, because now we're not going to have DRS down the back straight, which I don't like a lot. We'll turn off the battery here, let it recharge so we can go on defense. Try and hold them up. Park the bus here. Go very slowly. Try and charge up the battery, tapping those brakes just to charge them up. Oh my god, we might actually drop Leclerc out of DRS range. Lando is definitely going to be fighting back here. I'm hoping that he can get back onto Leclerc's tail, as we got 3 laps left to go in this one. A little bit slow out of the final corner. But, oh crap, I think did we drop Leclerc out of DRS range? I saw 1.1 there, but I think he got back and hit the marker in time. Oh my god, and we've dropped Leclerc, we've dropped Lando Norris, we got the fastest lap as well. If we can close this out, man, what a comeback. What a comeback that was. I genuinely was not expecting to be very quick in this race. The sprint race was absolutely horrible for us, but I think that strategy call of going on to the medium tires, or the hard tires, sorry, really helped us out in that first stint, and it's left enough time, or enough laps in the medium tires to be effective almost the whole way through. There is a little bit of a drop off from starting to sense, but speaking of Leclerc, does get back into DRS range, and I think that's just me getting a little bit distracted with the commentary once again, but we got to fight through that sector 2 to really push away from Leclerc, from Lando Norris. We got 100% battery, so let's use that, drain it, not drain it completely, but get it down the straight. 5/10. Leclerc is back, so he might pick up my slipstream a little bit. He might really close in on this penultimate lap. Come on, man, we really need this win. That would be amazing for us. Big bounce back from the sprint race, big bounce back from the last Grand Prix in Japan, where we did not do very well. Here we started in P4, and we've managed to fight our way up to P1, 1.4 seconds, so he's not going to get DRS down the straight, drain the battery once again, and let's see what we can do on this final lap. It's looking good for us right now. We just got to hold off for one more lap here as we round the penultimate corner, or maybe the second to the penultimate corner, because I think this is a turn and then this is another turn here. So this is the final corner here. And now 1.4 seconds. We could potentially be looking at a McLaren 1-2 as well if Lando could hold off Leclerc this lap, but they seem to have gone back and forth lap by lap, so maybe it's Leclerc's turn now to overtake Lando and get that P2. At the very least, we're looking at a double podium here, but I think we're cruising now. 1.6 seconds. They're battling each other for that second position, and they've left us up here. Exactly what we needed. I did say earlier that we needed them to start fighting each other so that we have a little bit of breathing space. This is going to do great for us in the Drivers' Championship. I'm not sure if we'll take the lead because of the sprint race, but I think we will pass Lando because he's only a few points ahead of us, and we're going to get a 7-point advantage on him here. So I think because he scored 5, he's up by 3 now, and then with my 7, we'll be up by 4. And then I'm not sure where Leclerc is going to be. We'll look at that after the race here. But down the final straight, 2.3 seconds. We are cruising now. We are cruising. What a race. Beautiful race. One of my best races ever, I think. We really just put our head down, got the laps in. Perfect strategy as well, starting on those hard tires. And we're cruising here to a victory with a 2-second gap over Leclerc. Lando Norris overtakes Leclerc on the final corner. We got the checkered flag. We got the P1. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Well, I also forgot that we scored the fastest lap as well because we went on the mediums in the second stint. So we were just a lot quicker in terms of pace with a lower fuel load. So we scored 28 points in total. A little bit upset still about the sprint race. I think we could have done a little bit better, but we really made up for it with the Grand Prix race. Lando Norris in P2 right behind us. He scores 23 points, and then Leclerc comes in P3. Lando Norris overtook him in the final corner, so it's another 1-2 finish for McLaren, exactly how it should be given the development race right now between us and the other teams. We're leading this championship by 4 points over Leclerc. He's got 59 points, and then Lando Norris 1 point behind him with 58. Now, Max Verstappen was in that race for the championship before this Grand Prix, but he only comes in, what happened to him? He comes in P8. He started P6. He dropped 2 places, so not a lot of points for him. He only scores 4 points in the race. He did win the sprint race, though, so he scored 8 points, and he got a total of 12 points on the weekend, but it's not enough because Lando and I especially scored a lot of points over Max Verstappen, so he's down in P4, 21 points behind myself. So we got a proper championship fight on our hands after we win another race. I'm really happy we won that one. Oh my, I did say at the start of the season Miami was probably a track we would struggle in, but proper strategy gives us the win. And then again, we're also leading the constructors. We got 121 points now, with a pretty solidifying lead over the Scuderia with 86 points. They're 35 points back, and then Red Bull is 60 points back of us. But in our teammate rivalry now, we are tied, drawing, and I'm not sure if the race counts for this because I think in the first race I beat out Lando Norris, but he out-qualified me, I think. So and then he was winning this rivalry, so I'm not sure if that win counted towards anything. We're now beating Yuki Tsunoda in our rating rivalry, but I don't really care about that, to be honest. We're going to get probably a massive boost here in XP. We got a certain number of top 10 finishes. I'm assuming it's 10. Could be 5. But we get a massive boost and we finally hit that 83 overall. Our awareness went up massively because of that accolade that we got. And then everything else went up pretty significantly, of course, because of the race that we had in this one. However, guys, that is gonna be it for this one. If you've watched up to this point, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you really liked it. And then if you do that, hit the notification bell so you guys know when the next video is out. It should be next week. But we got a championship battle on our hands here between myself, Leclerc, and Lando. One thing to be very aware of is that Ferrari in the R&D race isn't even at the top. They got the 4th fastest car, and Leclerc is bringing the fight. The reigning world champ, I might add. He's bringing the fight to myself and Lando Norris, so I'm a little bit scared to see what happens if the Scuderia catches up to us in the R&D race. But we're currently leading the championship. Hopefully we could go into the next Grand Prix, which is Imola, and finish that Grand Prix still in the lead of this championship. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everyone.